Welcome back, everyone, to the second segment of our show. We're on guitars now. We just got done with guillotines.
Yes, we did.
Had a good talk about that. That gypsy lady.
Gypsy Rose.
Everybody's on fire about her, so go listen to it. See what you think. Comment below.
Comment.
And don't forget,
tell us who's
listen,
right, who's wrong.
This is important. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because that's very important for us. Please do that.
You know what? While you're at it, why don't you also hit that bell so you get a notification every time we put up a new video.
Somebody hit the bell.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what you would get. That's it.
Just like that.
All right, so we got our co-host on the line, Carol Gainey. He's the true originator of all of this.
Where's Carol?
He's in Lynchburg, Virginia. Carol, can you hear me?
Virginia.
But is he on the phone?
Carol.
I am on the
There
phone.
he is.
There he is.
There he is.
can
The
hear
man himself, the brains of the operation.
Carol, can you hear me?
Chris,
Yeah.
I can. I would like to leave my locations unknown.
Oh, destination's unknown.
All right, hold on. I'll give you your
might need to tell us
address.
that before
Yeah.
we disclose your location.
He's in Fort Worth,
But
Texas.
We didn't tell
I
him you
am
were
in
at the
Arkansas.
we didn't tell him you were at the Super 8 in room 203.
It's
that
the Motel 6.
They left
We'll
the
leave
light on.
for you.
All right, we on guitars. We're talking about Corey Feldman and his band venture. Is it for real, or is he just
For clicks.
for clicks? Is he mind bleeping us? Is what's going on with him?
Yeah, that's a tricky subject, man. A lot of people, there's conspiracy theories going around. He's been doing it for a long time, and some people say he should be a lot better than he is. Some people say he hasn't changed at all. Some people say that's just who he is. Some people say he's feeling it. The dude's 50 years old. He's up there. He's jumping around regardless of acting or not. He's up there doing his show. He is feeling it.
We're going to talk about this, but
He's
but
up there
before
having fun.
just a short. Like I said, we're going to talk about this, but before the show started, the guys showed me some YouTube videos, and I was not impressed.
It was difficult.
It was cringy.
It's difficult to watch.
But was it entertaining? I mean, were you watching it?
Oh, I was watching.
Hey, guys.
Yo,
Hey.
yeah,
So before we get too deep into this, have y'all done your shots already?
we're about to do them now. Trey's about to.
Okay.
I've got them in the air. I was waiting. I was just about to do it before you did, Carol.
So what we got, Trey?
Okay.
So earlier, just like last week, I had you guys pick a hand. The hand that you did not pick was one of our favorites. Again, this is, let me put the camera on me. This is the Twisted Shot. This is the buttery nipple this time.
Love the butter.
We love
nipples.
the buttery
Love
nipples.
Gnat butter.
I love the nipples.
Not butter nipple.
Got the gnats flying around, getting stuck on it.
Here we come, the butter nipple.
Okay.
You're welcome. All right.
You had to get that in there, didn't you?
All right. Again, just like we said earlier. Oh, no, this one doesn't have a tab. I'm missing a tab.
Oh, you got that much. You know what? Stuff like that
Oh, wait.
does
no.
happen.
No,
You might
it actually-
have on there like, hey, if you get one with no tab, you win $1 million.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought until I just realized it was just folded up a little bit. I got it.
Got everybody's hopes
Just
up.
had to peel it back a little bit.
Thought old Scott was ready to retire over there. All right, hey, what
cheers.
you drinking on there, Carol?
I am drinking Red Stag and Coke.
Oh, that's my
There we
man.
go.
All right,
You got
hey,
a shot?
No, he don't. He's got a shot of Red Stag, and that's funny. You know, Carol.
I do not have a shot, but I do have
Well,
my Red
you know
Stag
it's
and
shot
Coke
time.
to take a
Just-
shot of it, which I know
There
it
you go.
is, but
All right,
You
well,
got to take a shot of Red Stag?
I am. I got it ready. I am ready.
How
you
do
really
we know if
believe
you
that,
telling
don't
the
you?
truth?
You really believe that?
No, I
You know-
am going to.
You got
I
your
am ready.
quarter shot ready?
Listen, Carol's in the bathtub with his helmet on. He said cheers.
I'm in the bathtub with my hard hat on.
He's in the bathtub.
Be careful. Trey's really good at photoshopping.
Cheers.
All right,
I
cheers.
know he is. Cheers.
That son of a gun had some booze in it,
Oh,
buddy.
yeah. Oh, that's good. Yes, it did, John. Thank you.
Butter nipple. That's a good. That's a good drink.
That feels
That
good
is.
going down.
Hey, Twisted makes some good stuff.
They really do.
All right, Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman.
So before we get too deep into this, can we talk about the rumors and the tension tonight?
Sure.
What'd you hear that we didn't?
Yeah.
We haven't looked at our Facebook lately. What did you see?
What'd you hear?
So Chris, have you signed the contract?
Contract to what?
Oh, that one.
Are you going to be one of Corey's angels? I just want to know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But don't do that.
I'm just wondering if you're going to be an angel.
Well,
He's gonna
obviously
be
not.
Corey's angel.
I ain't signed nothing. But if he did approach me with that, I would have to have a hard left no.
Yeah.
hard left no.
Chris is not going to be one of Corey's angels, and I can vouch for that.
All right, so tell what's going on. So what don't we know?
What don't you know about what?
The Angels.
Well, the Angels, they started off as they were when Corey first started. And I'll actually get some more detail about these Angels in just a few. But when Corey first came out as Corey Feldman, the singer, he had an all-female band, and they were all dressed like angels, with the halo and the wings and everything else. And he was typically dressed in black or dark colors. I mean, there were other times where he wasn't. He was in brighter colors. But when they started off, it was an all-female band. So.
Is that it?
Well, yeah, that's all. Yeah, I mean, what's up with the Angels? That was the Angels.
That was like a bridge moment. And I was like, I was just levitating.
You were waiting though.
But then he progressed to his new band now.
Well,
The Angels.
Well, I wouldn't say from what is available. What is available online? I don't know that he progressed. I think he had no choice.
He regressed.
No, I think he had no choice but to get a different band from what I know and what I'll share with you.
Progressed is a huge word.
Chris just looked it up. It just showed up on his iPad.
Carol, what do you think about Corey Feldman? I mean, honestly,
it's hard to believe. So
you've watched some of his
Was it
videos,
the
haven't you?
yeah. So was it the '90s when he first done his first album? Or?
I think that was when he was trying to mimic Michael Jackson, wasn't he?
Boy,
Yeah. So,
He went back and said that some Michael Jackson moves Michael learned from Corey, from him. So.
oh goodness!
No, he
yeah.
didn't know that.
No, he didn't.
Oh yeah, he did.
That's easily believable,
Yeah.
I guess. But so he's been at it a long time too, and I'm not knocking him. I have no room to knock him, but I do think if you've been at it for that long and you dedicated and if you're doing tours and stuff, because was it in 2000, was it 16 or what year was it that he done the morning show, and I think Rolling Stones called it bizarre.
It was around 2016, 2017, I think.
That's the one that he said that they sabotaged him, but he still came back a few weeks later and did it again.
Yes.
It's the comeback
And
king.
I think the second time his ratings moved up to bizarre.
But so Carol, do you think he is for real and is just that bad, or do you think this is all a gimmick? And he's like method acting
You mean
here.
to saying that he's purposely crashing?
Yeah.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's purposely being that bad, and I'm not sure if he thinks he's that bad or.
See, and I think we all have different.
Right.
We all think different things about this. To me, I think it's like he's method acting here, because I don't. I watch concert after concert of him, and there's all these mistakes. I mean, and it's not just like a little
that are just weird mistakes.
Yeah, but it's funny mistakes. Like when you watch it, I'm like, all this
hit him in,
all this is not coincident.
Like hit himself in the face with a microphone.
Yeah, I'm like,
or maybe knocking his tooth out.
yeah, I'm like,
That's what I was talking about.
There's one scene where he hits himself with a microphone, knocks his tooth out. He stops the show, talking about, we got to find my tooth. Because this is gold tooth. And I'm like, I'm laughing. I'm like,
but then
it can't be real. I swear.
No,
I think all this is all elaborate prank on everybody. I mean, just to get views. I swear, I think that's what it is.
But maybe he's doing stuff like that to try to kind of sidetrack people from the fact of he sucks, you know.
But
maybe.
So, Carol, so you think that maybe he knows that he's not that great, and so he's using this as a comedic cover?
I think possibly, and
I think actually I think that might be what he's doing.
Yeah, see,
because I don't think he's. I think if he's doing things like, you know, hitting himself with the microphone or whatever, it's taken away from the fact that, you know, maybe it gives him an excuse for, you know, him singing off key the next 14 songs or
the next 14 shows.
yeah, the next 14 shows.
I don't know if any of y'all remember this, but you remember a show, I think when VH1 was a channel, or is VH1 still a channel?
No,
I don't know.
There's still a channel, yeah, but
I don't think it is.
But I think they show like home makeovers now.
I think VH1 produced this show. Was it The Surreal Life?
Oh yeah,
And it was in the early '90s, but then in the early 2000s they came out with Celebrity Surreal Life, where they had celebrities on the show.
Yeah,
I remember watching this show. It was in the early. It might have been 2001, 2002. 2003, somewhere around there, that Corey Feldman was on it. Vince Neil from Motley Crue was on it.
Getting his face redone?
Yeah, well, no. They all went and lived in a house together for like a week.
I remembered it. There was a multiple of them shows.
Yeah. Well,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They had different cast members.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The first one, I think, it had Corey Feldman, Vince Neil. There was a couple of, I want to say there were actresses, you know, some fine women who played on.
Was it Flavor Flav?
No, Flavor Flav wasn't on there. But
was Ron on there?
No, Ron was on there.
Ron was on one of them.
Yeah, that's the same show we're talking about.
Ron was on one with Vanilla Ice.
And that's when he went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm talking, the first one where it had Corey Feldman and Vince Neil on it, and they were all staying at a house in the Hollywood Hills, and they invited people up there, and they were going to put on. It wasn't a concert, but it was like a performance where each celebrity had to come up with something to for the crowd that they had there at the show. And of course, Vince Neil being a singer, he came up with a song. He wrote a song and had a band there performing it with him. And I want to say it was one of the Baywatch
was it
girls
Anderson?
was one. No, it wasn't Pamela Anderson, but it was one of the other ones.
It was the other one,
but they did some kind of skit. It wasn't all music. It was different things. They had to come up with their own thing, and the whole premise of this night was to win, and you get the big bedroom in the house because they were all living there for 1 week, you know. And I remember watching it, and Vince Neil did his song. He wrote a song, and they had a band there, and they played it, and everybody liked it. And Corey Feldman wrote a song too. And I remember watching it where he actually asked Vince Neil, would he help? Because it was all showing backstage scenes and all, and he was like, I would really like for you to be on here and sing backup on my song, And Vince Neil was like, yeah, I'll do it, And when Corey Feldman was up there singing his song, Vince Neil was in the background. And he was in the way background, like he was way off the back of the stage, and he was back there singing like the background parts. But his favorite was like, I do not want to do this at all. But Corey Feldman was up there acting the same way he does now.
100%.
He was
ready.
Yeah, he was out there. He had the moves. He was all into it. And
wait a minute, start over.
It was real bad. I mean, it wasn't good. Point being, that night out of all the performances, Vince still ended up winning, so he got the bedroom.
Yeah.
But Corey Feldman didn't win. But so. What I'm saying, I guess, is from back then, and that was the early 2000s, Corey Feldman looked the same way he does now, performing.
Give it to him. He hasn't aged very much. Neither have we.
I think what I'm saying is, I think Corey
Carol's
Feldman.
laughing. He hasn't changed since he was 15.
I think Corey Feldman wants to be good, but I think now he realizes that he's not that good, and that he's going to use it as like performance art.
Yeah, I have trouble believing. I think that he just he knows where he's at, and I think he's playing that. But
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. The conspiracy goes back and forth.
I think it's performance art at this point.
So let me go ahead.
Sorry, Trey. I still think he's trying to take away from him not being too great. But Scott, if you want to get him to to play the birthday party, if Chuck will let him in or something, you can book him for $10,000 to $20,000.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Hey, I would have Corey Feldman play my birthday party anytime
for $10,000 or $20,000,
and for free. Yeah,
for $10,000 or $20,000,
and I would too.
I actually wonder, like, what does he charge to play now? I mean, he's
10 to 20,000. But the only thing, because when they roll up to Scott's neighborhood and Chuck says, "Come on in, workers,"
workers,
that's gonna be different. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No, well, you talking about what? I wonder what he does charge.
I don't know. I have to look. I have to look
10 to
at
20,000.
We're gonna Carol.
it's
Yeah, Carol must have looked it up.
probably
So it's
in
$10,000 to $20,000 to have
There
To
was
play
to
a
have-
private event.
there was we were playing someplace in Florence. I can't remember.
Are you
the
talking
name
when
of it.
Liv Tyler was there?
No,
that
but
was-
there
okay.
was the owner had Vanilla Ice coming in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah.
And I was sitting there asking him. That was Preston.
Yeah, at Spin, place I used to play. Yeah,
And I asked him. I was like,
I used to play there first.
like-
Then Vanilla Ice came.
I was like, what does it cost to get Vanilla Ice to play here in Florence, South Carolina?
Not as much as it cost to get Trey Davis to show up.
No, but it was crazy. It was like,
I'm sure
I want to say it was like $15,000.
it probably was. Well, a lot of
And
those
then
guys.
he had to supply sound, drums. He had to supply everything.
Well, he should be able to afford it. Actually, I don't know if he could afford it. Did you know that he owns the rights to Under Pressure?
You got me under pressure now.
No, not ZZ Top. No,
I was about to say.
yeah,
I was about to be upset.
no, Under Pressure.
Under pressure.
Queen and David Bowie.
No, we don't.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
didn't know that though.
The dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun.
yeah, yeah, I know that
He
one.
owns the rights to the other.
He
beat.
he owns
It's
he owns
close.
No. That was actually he actually said
Pressure.
he actually said that whole thing was bullshit. That's what he had to say back in the day. But the fact is they did take it. The fact is he did have to pay royalties on it. The fact is he later realized that it was cheaper for him to just buy the license for the whole song and make all this money. And I think it was like $7 million. Or no, it wasn't seven. It was a few $1 million. Like every 7 years, they have to
Vanilla
re-up
Ice
it.
owns the rights
Right now,
to
every time you see a
Under
commercial, that has Queen playing Under Pressure, Vanilla Ice is getting money for it because he owns the rights to that that music.
I'll be damned.
For real.
And so yes,
Are
and so
you
every,
serious?
I swear. And so every 7 years he has to re-up that. And at some point in that 7 years, so I guess there's some weird thing where like the original artist gets to fight against it if they want to or whatever. And apparently, and this is according to Vanilla Ice, and I don't know how much
Vanilla. It was like a 3-point. Vanilla.
Yeah, it had a weird effect going on with my microphone. This is my microphone's going bad. I got a bad cable or something. But according to Vanilla Ice, they have a good relationship, and he buys the rights every 7 years, and he gets all the money for every time they do something. He gets all the money for it.
Must be a lot of money to go through that trouble to buy the rights forever.
Well, and I don't remember.
If you
I don't
think
remember the
about
money,
it,
but it was several million
If you
dollars.
own the rights to a song, every time you hear that song on a commercial,
Get 25 cents.
Well, no, the company who is using that song pays an extraordinary amount to use it.
Yeah.
Is that the same people that goes around local bars? Like,
No,
hey,
that's BMI. I think you're talking about.
that's who I'm talking
and
about.
they want to try to get on the bar on the clubs for letting these local bands play.
Right.
And they're like, oh, you
look
can't
at-
play those
no,
songs.
You're
That's
looking at
the-
a very small scale.
Yeah.
We talking about the large scale,
The multi-billion
where
dollars
where
investment.
lawyers are involved in everything.
Well, lawyers are going to be involved. Anyway, I think it's ridiculous. Don't get me started on this whole crap where they come to the bars and they say the bars they can't have these local bands
we're gonna
play.
talk about this.
We'll talk about it, and I'll get fired up and go on off on that again too. That pisses me off. But anyway, okay. So
Back
before
to
we
Corey Feldman.
hold on. Yes, let's stay on Corey Feldman. However, I got a surprise here. We'll start with Carol since he's on the phone. Carol Gainey. We're going to play a game. Now, Carol Gainey, can you hear everything good?
Yes.
All right, Carol, here's what we're going to do. Corey Feldman was in a bunch of movies. Everybody knows Stand By Me. Everybody knows Goonies. Carol, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to come up with one other movie that Corey Feldman was in. Are you ready? Go.
So I know another movie he was in, which was the vampire movie, and I cannot think of the name of it. So I'm gonna
I
lose
need
out
a
on
name.
just 10 seconds.
I need a name.
I
Silver
cannot
Bullet.
give you a name, so I'm gonna Silver
Forfeit.
Bullet, yes.
Yeah. Forfeit. No, you got to forfeit.
I'm gonna forfeit on that one.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Our own host, our
Carol.
own co-host, just
Well,
That's okay.
dropped
I
the
threw
ball.
it. I threw it on him. He had no idea it was coming.
I was studying up on the music, and he's right. I had no idea it was coming.
we should call.
Hold on. No, we shouldn't call anybody. Scott Barfield. Scott Barfield. Corey Feldman was in a ton of movies in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Aside from Stand By Me and Goonies, Scott Barfield, you got 10 seconds to give me one other movie that Corey Feldman was in.
Friday the 13th, Part 4.
What year did that come out?
That came out in 1984. Or 85.
Oh, you're
84.
right. Scott
movie?
Barfield is right. Scott got it.
What?
Scott got it.
That
What
man.
movie did you
Hey,
say?
Friday the 13th, Part 4.
Little Wayne
actually-
would be proud of you.
Actually, let's
He would be.
And he actually came out. He was actually in.
Oh.
hold on.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead. You might be saying what I'm getting ready to say.
Let me a little added thing on that is Corey Feldman was in Friday the 13th Part 5, the beginning of it, and which was actually before he starred in the Goonies, and he actually wanted to be in Part 5, but he had contractual obligations with the Goonies. And he didn't.
Right.
He didn't want to be in the Goonies. He wanted to be in the Goonies.
Hey, you guys!
But he loved doing Friday the 13th Part 4 so much. He wanted to be fully in Part 5, but he had contractual obligations
Dude, we need
with the
a fire
Goonies.
extinguisher right now. We need to
And
put
so,
Scott out.
So what they did was they
He's still going. Hold on.
no. What they did
Wait,
was
there's more.
when they were making Friday the 13th Part 5. They went to Corey Feldman's house and filmed the scene in his backyard, the scene that he's in.
Oh wow!
Holy shit!
So, 1984, Friday the 13th, the final chapter. 1985, the one you're talking about that coincided with the Goonies.
The New Beginning.
Friday the 13th, the New Beginning.
That's my man
Go
right
ahead.
there. Go ahead with your bad self, Scott.
That's pretty good. Now going in with that being said, now Carol mentioned this movie, but he didn't mention the song.
I remember what it is.
But Carol, you lost. You're out.
You're right, I'm out,
That being
but I do
said,
remember the
being
movie.
said, and Scott just named 2 other big movies. There were a bunch of movies. Chris Hicks, Corey Feldman.
Chris ain't like, I don't know what
Corey Feldman was in a bunch of movies, excluding Goonies, Stand By Me, and Friday the 13th. Give me one other movie that Corey Feldman was in, and go. Carol gave you a hint. Carol gave you a big hint.
Great Outdoors.
No, but so close. Oh my God, Carol, tell him how close that was.
Uncle Buck.
Uncle
That
Buck.
was so close.
Which one was it?
You got it, Chris.
Was it Uncle Buck?
Oh man. Oh, we gotta let this go. Where's my trombone sounds? I just need a little. What'd you call that little? The Lost Boys.
Oh! Yes!
That was
I'll
the
be
movie.
damn
That
it,
was a great
shit.
movie.
I'll be damn it,
Had
shit.
Keanu Reeves, not Keanu, but
It had all the good people in
They
there.
had some big
Yeah.
names.
yeah.
Ralph,
It had the old
Ralph
boy.
Macchio, right?
Yeah.
No, Ralph Macchio was.
I made that up.
Was Kiefer Sutherland in
Lost
that movie?
Boys.
Kiefer, yeah,
Kiefer
Kiefer
Sutherland.
Sutherland.
How could I not? Oh my God.
I can't remember neither. Trey got me on the spot, and I
Oh.
was just like old dog.
I'm
I
going to
didn't-
say so many bad words right now.
I didn't tell anybody that was
Some
coming.
big F-bombs right now.
You remember one of my favorite shows that he played in was up The Burbs. Did any of y'all see that movie?
Oh,
it
yeah,
starred
The Burbs,
Tom
yeah.
Hanks. Tom Hanks was in it.
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
No, I didn't.
Tom Hanks had Bruce Dern, Corey
It was in the
Feldman.
neighborhood.
Yeah, in the neighborhood.
I seen Henderson and the Harrys.
Well, no, this is different.
Henderson and the Harris.
Harry and the Hendersons, not Henderson and the Harrys.
Shit. Messed that all up, didn't I? Shit.
He was thinking about the Ron Jeremy movie.
You know,
Henderson and the Harrys.
so the the Lost Boys was Corey Haim was in there too.
Yep.
Yep.
That was a good movie.
Corey Feldman
was a good
and
movie.
Corey Haim, I think, played in a couple movies together.
They did, yeah. The 2 Coreys. Well, you know, there's the movie. It was a documentary or movie. I didn't see it, it was a long time.
Hey,
But
Scott.
it was called the 2
Scott,
Coreys.
hand me that right there for me. Shut up. All right.
All right. Well, good. Well, good deal. We did good on that one. I think we did a good
Man,
job.
it was.
That,
But-
that was good.
The dude was in some great movies. Like
we
he
did-
should have just continue on with the movies.
We actually got a little bit off track. So what I encourage the 3 viewers of this video to do, and the 5 listeners of this podcast to do, is I encourage you to get on YouTube and go check out Corey Feldman's live videos with his band. Now, I just rang that bell, but I need to touch on this real quick. We talked about the Angels. Now, just recently, and I've followed this thing with Corey for a while because, believe it or not, when I was a child, when I was a young strapping lad, and I had big glasses, a lot of people would tell me that I looked like Corey Feldman back in the day, back in the Stand By Me days. Now, and I could see it because I don't have lips either, so I understood it. But so I followed him, and then when he became a musician and he got out there and started doing all this stuff, I watched it, but then I immediately went like, really? Like the mistakes that would happen, the things that would happen on stage, you know, fussing at your band members on stage constantly, fussing at the lighting. Like my favorite part is when he's doing his thing and he turns his back to the crowd before he starts the song, and then he turns around with his hand up, and he turns around and he says, he's yelling at the lighting guy, "Can we turn the house lights down?" And he turns back around, and the house lights still don't go down, and he turns back around again and says, "Can we turn the house lights down for a dramatic effect or something like that. And I'm like, did he really just say that like on a microphone?
See,
And then there's the other one where the guitar player is like tuning his guitar and he's getting ready to start the next song, and he turns around and he's fussing at the guitar player for tuning. He's like, dude, let him tune the guitar before you start the next song. So all this weird stuff is going on. And so he's been doing it for a long time, and I feel like at some point you get past these little weird things.
Sexual chocolate.
You learn. So, and I'm just speaking for myself, and I'm not a professional playing on the same stages that he's been playing on. I've not been on in movies that I know of, except for the one that you got to pay for at pay-per-view. But there's you got to we've learned over time to play over mistakes when they happen, and you move on and you pretend that they didn't happen. So because if you draw attention to it, then the crowd knows, because a lot of times the crowd doesn't realize what a mistake just happened. Take our last show at the beach for instance, when Scott was playing. No, I won't. I'm not going to.
I was about to say there's a lot of parts into this.
I won't go into
this. That's about 15 minutes of conversation.
What happened there?
No, but I know. We'll tell you about it later. We'll tell you what you did. But so it's hard for me to believe, as a musician who's been playing on stage for 34 years, it's hard for me to believe that somebody who's been playing as long as he has is making these kind of mistakes and doing these sort of things on stage and it not being an act. It's hard for me to believe that. But at the same time, when I watch it, he is either such a great actor that he looks really damn believable when he's doing these things, or he just really doesn't get it. So is he acting? Is he doing, or is he just, that's who he is?
Okay.
Or is he acting, he's a method actor?
I know.
And let me hold on, before you go, I got to get this off, I got to get that out of my system. Andy Kaufman is one. Andy Kaufman was the greatest at when he did something, you had no idea if it was an act or if he was really that wild and weird or whatever. And the other one was even as recent as Joaquin Phoenix, when he came out and acted like, but after that, when he went and started going into these bars, acted like a rapper and was terrible. But he came out and he was like, I am a serious rapper now, and this is who I am. And everybody went like, well, he's rapping now, and he's not that good, but he's still good. So is Corey Feldman this guy? And I love Corey Feldman, I really do, and I know everything I'm saying is going to sound terrible, especially if I start reading the stuff that I found out the other day. Or is it an act? Is it real? Is it an act? I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I struggle with it.
Well, I know, but so I know we're posing this question to people who listen, but so I'm asking you, Trey.
Oh.
Do you think it's an act, or do you think he is just that bad?
Well, I struggle with it. I do think there's a big, like I just said, like I watched.
There's a method to his madness.
I don't know. What's the end game? That's what I don't understand. Like, what's the end game?
He's been doing. I think is more views.
If it was
more publicity.
If it was only for a short period of time, then I would say it was definitely an act. But it's been going on for a while, and so I think
you start to question.
And now I start to think maybe it's not. But then it's been going on for so long. Like I said, as a musician, and we don't play that much, and we haven't. Like, there were times, obviously, back in the day where we played every weekend. But you learn to move past mistakes because you don't want to draw attention to mistakes that other members make. You learn to move past that. You learn to you learn to not draw attention to it, because the general crowd that aren't musicians don't realize that somebody made a mistake. So you learn to move past that and not draw attention to it. But he draws attention to every single mistake that everything does, and not just the band either. Like, there was the video that I saw one time where he was just recently, I think in December, he was playing a Christmas show. They're playing a Christmas song, and he's fussing at the guy beside him who's running this machine that throws out the foam that looks like smoke. And he's playing and he's trying to get the guy. He's like coordinating it, or like, and now, and he doesn't do it, and he goes, fussing at, what are you doing? I said now, and he does it. And then at the end of it, after he finally fussed at this guy, at the end of this song, he asked the crowd, what'd you guys think of the snow? It's like, that was really weird, man.
That's horrible.
See, to me, I
So
think
that makes me feel like it's real, but it's so off, like out there, that it makes me feel like it's an act. And so I
to
struggle
me-
with that. So I want to go see him in person because I feel like I'm a good judge of character. I want to go see him in person and see if I can really see, like,
and see,
and I could be wrong. I don't know. I really don't know.
To me, I think that's what I think it's all, and I think he's method acting.
Yeah.
I think it's all a show.
So you think he's just getting it for the likes? And,
I think it because
It's for the clicks.
look, Trey said he don't know, but he
It's
said
hard.
I want to go see him live.
But
Trey
that's
is ready to buy a ticket to go see.
and that's exactly what I was going to say.
I think that's what it is,
And that's what I was going to say too. Was
I'm
that
trying to
if
get
I go
people
buy a ticket to go see Corey Feldman, am I buying into the act that he sold me?
or are you buying
Right?
in to go see if it's all
Either way, he got my money. Either way, he won.
and he got what he wanted.
Yeah.
So
But
to
look,
me,
if the show starts and I hear the bass player get up on stage and go,
Here we come, the comeback king. Here we come, the comeback king.
you would love that, wouldn't you?
Comeback king.
I actually would.
I swear, I think.
So
I would
after-
pay-
Carol, that's
I
that
would pay
video
$50 just
that
go
you need
see
to
that.
watch. That's what I was telling you
after seeing that video and the bass player trying to get everybody to clap their hands and do this, and he actually says, if we do this chant, we can get Corey to come out, and
Here we come.
nobody's doing it,
King.
and he does it for like 30, 45
But see,
seconds.
to me, that seems like the brilliance of it, because the bass player doesn't even clap on time.
No.
And he stops clapping, and then he gets off time again when he's doing it. The whole thing to me seems like an act.
It really does, and
Did
that's
it
why I
seem
struggle
similar
with
to
it.
you?
And
Did you
to
feel
me,
something like
to me?
damn,
I'm
that's
like,
me?
I'm like, I think this thing is. He's a brilliant actor, I think, because it cannot be that they have
It's so
this
weird.
many problems during a show,
Yeah.
every show.
But maybe not, but I think he would do better if he was a great performer. If his band was tight.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
Well, he
would
is
do
a
better.
pretty
Hold
good
on.
performer.
Hold on now. He is a great
maybe,
performer
yeah.
because some of the Michael Jackson moves. Michael
He
Jackson.
changed clothes and
Maybe he's such a
No.
great performer that everything looks like it's.
Is he trying to take
because he's
off?
performing
Like, is
so
he
great.
trying to like look at me because this shit's a disaster behind me?
No, he
I mean,
a lot,
think
and
of-
9
think
times out of
about
10
it.
he is playing the part of the disaster.
Because
Right.
But my problem is another problem that I have is that when you talk about his stage performance, he does all these moves that are 100% Michael Jackson esque, right? Well, he also has stated that some of the moves that Michael Jackson makes, Michael Jackson learned from Corey when they were friends when they were younger.
well, I read that Michael Jackson befriended him.
Yeah.
They were friends.
Well,
No, they were friends. Yeah.
They were.
That was when. That was when
We got to find out about that
That
too.
was
What
when
happened
Michael
between them.
Jackson learned the moves from Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Right. He did, but
Says
he
who?
was a
The
great.
moonwalk.
Says who?
The moonwalk. Corey Feldman.
Says who?
Hold on.
Corey Feldman.
I don't know about the moonwalk.
Says who?
Corey
If he
Feldman.
was a great, if he was a fantastic musician, people would watch him more.
I'm messing with you.
I mean, it would be better.
Well,
It's crazy. That is,
I almost had it. You see,
But you see, yeah.
He was like,
but you
did
see how
Corey Feldman really teach Michael Jackson how to moonwalk?
no,
But you see how
you
Yes,
nailed
you
it.
did. You were thinking about it.
Almost.
But you see how difficult this conversation is. Is it an act? Is it for real? It's tough to say.
It's hard to say because I can't imagine us start the song and then you say, "Hey, everybody, start over."
No. I can't imagine a small local band like us. We don't play big cities anymore. I can imagine a band like
You
us.
think I'm gonna start over? Bullshit! You better follow
Whatever.
line. I'm continuing.
Hold on. Hold on.
Chris.
Hold on.
Chris.
Hold on. let me correct something real quick. Let me jump in here real quick and say we have started songs over because of Chris. So don't let this guy try to tell you, oh, if you don't start the song over, I'm gonna keep playing. No,
I have a memory lapse. I don't remember that.
yeah. Anyway, all right.
All right, that was fun, and we're still mystified. Is it for clicks, or is Corbin Feldman
The
got
world may never know.
some kind of
may never know.
method for your madness? We don't know. He's still going on. He's still touring, so he's still spreading the plague
Hey,
around.
he's-
How about if
He's making
Corey
our
Feldman
money.
hears this show, he's welcome to come on here. so
Please
we
do,
can-
because I mean, obviously,
Oh,
we
yeah,
have
absolutely.
different opinions. We want to know: is it real? Is it an act? Of course, if it's an act, he's not going to tell
Yeah,
us
if
it's an act.
Yeah, he's not going to tell us.
Yeah.
So he would come on here acting the same way.
Yeah. and that would be fun, and we'd
That
appreciate it.
That would be hilarious.
And we'd be happy to do drinks
We
with
would.
Corey Feldman. We'll do a drink with you, Corey. Tell him, Chris.
All right. We had a great show tonight. Fantastic topics. Hey, thanks for Carol, our co-host. Language.
There we go. Again.
All the way from Arkansas.
All the way from Arkansas.
Arkansas.
All right, is that where you are? Arkansas? At the Hotel 6?
At the Motel 6.
Well, we thank everybody for watching. We hope you had a good time. Hope you hit that subscribe and like button. That's very important.
And the bell.
And
do
the bell
too.
Do the bell too. But we'll see you next week. This is Guillotines and Guitars. We're out.